Hi there, it's the Resourceful Coach here again, and we're going to talk a little bit about a big mechanical part of your golf swing, what we call the plane of your golf swing. And we're just going to get you understanding what that is and then how you can practice it yourself. So what is the plane of the swing? The plane of the swing is really relative to our target line, the angle the golf club is swinging on. And what we're talking about when we talk about the angle of the golf club, we're talking more initially about the shaft of the golf club and how that's working. So we're just going to very simply understand that. I've got a couple of planks of wood here. The white plank of wood is creating our target line. So every shot you play, you always have a target that you're going for. So that's just going to run straight down the line we want to go. And I'm going to use this plank of wood to represent the shaft of the golf club. And we're just going to give you 2 or 3 really key positions. If you can go to the practice ground, and we'll show you how to do that with the club later, how you can then start to get more on plane, which for me will give you quality of strike, will improve, greater chance you're going to hit the ball straighter, and greater chance you're going to increase your power. So really important to understand this. And I'm just going to give you really 2 simple positions that we're looking for. If you work on these positions, you're going to move along really nicely. So all I would encourage you to do is find your target line. What you can do, you could lay a club down or something down to get your feet nice and parallel to that. So that's our first thing. I can use the red to illustrate that and get myself nice and parallel. And why that's important, because what we're going to talk about here is the angle of the shaft as you swing. And what we don't want to feel is our body is at a completely different angle to where we're going, because then the plane is going to be naturally off the line of the swing, so off that target line, and then you would have to make an adjustment somewhere. And if you're a natural drawer or fader, that can work. Everything we're doing here is to be as orthodox as we can. So how are we going to use the plank of wood? So I'm standing nice and parallel. I'll create my position there. And what I've done with the plank of wood, I've got a good 18 inches of wood sticking out the end, and that will make sense as we go on. But these are the 2 simple positions you want to create. First one, make your takeaway, so your initial swing of the club away, back to waist high and stop. Now what we would look for here is the sensation that the shaft of the club, in this case the plank of wood, is nicely running parallel to our intended target. Okay, and what it's done, I've already started to let my body naturally turn to find that position. So the correct position we want is that shaft to be in that position. Now what that's going to encourage is the momentum of the club head was on the target line, it's now level with me. As I continue on and take the plank of wood up, here's our second position. We create then an angle with the golf club. And what we're looking for, we want this plank of wood, which will be the butt of your golf club, pointing straight back at the target line. Really important that we get that. Now you're on plane. That means the end of the club is nicely in balance to the target line. If I let that just unwind, you can see how the plank of wood will come back, pick up the line around where the ball would be. If you want to be exact, create the same 2 positions the other side. Through to waist high, create the angle there. We can see the angle of the piece of wood, how it would be pointing back down into that position. You're generating that movement, the club is in balance. And that's really important to understand. Now, what you can do, you've got the picture in your mind of what we've done with the plank of wood. Let's do it one more time just to get that picture. So all I'm doing, 2 things. Parallel to the target line, end of the plank of wood pointing back at the target line. That'll be the butt of your golf club. There, come back, parallel again, butt of the club again, piece of wood that way. Now, how do we develop that with a golf club? Well, what a lot of you guys have, and there's a thing out there at the moment with Scotty Shuffler, and he puts just a T-peg in the end of his club doing exactly the same idea. You want to make it a little bit bigger idea, just take one of these alignment sticks, pop it on the edge of the club there, so you've got about that 18 inches sticking out, and just do the same 2 positions. So position number 1, what we're looking for there, parallel. Again, you can see the stick is pointing nice and parallel. All I'm going to do, take it up, point it back down towards that position, come back down, and you can see how my club always swinging from the inside line. Go through, there's my parallel position again, and there's my angle. Practice that a few times, then take the stick away, and now start to get that feeling with your golf swing. So parallel, butt of the club, back to the line, parallel, butt of the club. You get those sensations, your swing now is going to be much more in balance with the alignment of where you're going. You're now swinging much more on plane. You're going to have more consistency in what you're doing in the shot. I hope you enjoyed that tip. Get that swing online for me. I look forward to seeing you soon.